Hi everybody, I just wanted to go through how I built my forced air propane torch. This is inch, and I took a pipe and I drilled holes through the inch and drilled a small pilot hole in this pipe, centered it here, and it shoots that way. It points out this way. You kind of got to look down and center it in there and then weld both sides shut, put an end cap on it. If I had to do it again, I would have just used 1/4 inch through here, and then I could have eliminated this reducer, because this is the propane part, fits right on here, and that's the valve to adjust my gas. Down here I drilled 3 through holes. This is 1/2 inch drill bit, and then it goes through, and there it's just split into thirds, and it goes through both sides. This one I also would have used 1/4 inch, because the air actually screws into the 1/4 inch valve too, and then that could have just gone on there. Then on the inside of this one, I drilled a hole in the end cap and stuck that pipe through there, and then welded it on and put an end cap in there, and then drilled a small hole for the air to come out on this side. So after testing, it does work great. But like I said, I could have eliminated some of my fittings, and this hole inside this could have been smaller. And then I feel like an inch reducer to the next larger size would hold the flame a little better than it does. But for now, that's pretty much it. It's already made, so I don't think I'm going to redo it, but I found some things that would be easier, and it's really inexpensive. Here's some quick measurements. This first pipe is 1 foot long, and then this through hole is at 10 inches. And the second pipe is a 4-inch piece. This measurement doesn't matter so much. It just depends on how far you want your valve away from the torch. And then this one doesn't matter the length either. And then this one, I think I drilled a 1/32 hole in it, but I would go smaller if you can find a smaller drill bit for that. Here's the pilot hole on the inside, which now that I look at it might be 3/32. These welds here have to be completely sealed, or you're going to have fire shooting out of places you don't want. And how I would test that is I'd put this air part on and turn on the air, then plug this with one hand and plug this side with the other hand, and put some soap on here, and you'll be able to see if it bubbles out or not. But this has to be absolutely sealed. I know I'm not the greatest welder, but they're sealed at least. I had originally thought that this would work with this part connected to here, but it didn't. That's why I added this other 4-inch section. And then I just found this on the shelf, which is an 18-inch piece, and that actually would have worked on there. Could have also eliminated this fitting too. And also, I would not probably use white Teflon tape on a propane application, and you shouldn't use galvanized on a fire application either, because that could be toxic. Okay, now that I told you all the safety precautions, I'm going to do none of that and show you how this works. On this side, I have an air compressor at the end of here. The air goes in. This is the air valve to put the air in. This side is my gas with my gas valve, and then the regulator is up here. So when you light this, you're going to want to use one of these, not one of these. I'm also going to use a lighter. And then you got to be real careful turning this on. You just turn it on a little bit, Because if you turn this on all the way and then light it, it's going to shoot an 8-foot flame out of the end. So I'll turn it on until I hear it. And then light it. And then I've got my flame come out of this side. I can turn it up a little bit, just so I get about a foot or two, not two, a foot. And then I can turn on the air side just slightly. And it'll start introducing oxygen to it. That's a little much. Go a little bit more gas. And a little bit more air. And then I can bring the air up to where the yellow flame disappears. And that just barely starts to come. Like I said, I filed a little bevel on this side so that it opens it up, but if it had the reducer on, it's gonna work better. And that's all for now.